Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Talk Live. I am Roger Wakefield. I've started plumbing in 1980. Man, that's a long time ago. Anyway, I started plumbing 45 years in the trades. I've been open shop, union, open shop. I've done residential, commercial, industrial, new construction, service work. I've done it all. And I started doing YouTube to try to grow my company because I got tired of getting ripped off by marketing companies. So what I'm going to tell y'all is, look, we jump in here every day and talk about the trades because it's things that we know. It's things that we've done. It's things that we study, and we try to get better at it. And as you see, I'm not here alone.
That's it. Good morning, everybody. I'm Henry Wakefield, a.k.a. Squirt, as you see down there on the screen. 20-year pipe fitter by trade. Just trying to keep up with all the information, the latest and greatest. There's so many new things coming all the time that are hitting the trades to make our jobs easier, and that's what I love. And speaking of good tools, we would like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And if you're a plumber out there still outsourcing leak detection, guys, it's time to order a complete kit. Boy, you can check it out at the website leak.pro. It's a business in a box. It's everything that you need to get going to be able to do leak detection in-house. Comes with the sidekick for that indoor listening through slabs and stuff, and then that probe, stainless steel rod, super durable for those yard service lines, things like that, from that meter to the home, irrigation lines, anything like that. So check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro.
And guys, I started doing YouTube because I got tired of getting ripped off by marketing companies, completely tired of it. So I started doing YouTube to grow my plumbing company. I had my own plumbing company, and man, marketing companies made the phones literally stop ringing. So I went to a social media conference to think, man, I'm going to learn how to do social media better. Thinking it's Facebook. And then I discovered this new thing called YouTube. Blew my mind. Guys, that was only 7.5 years ago. And we have grown on YouTube, grew the business, scaled it, and sold it. If you don't think YouTube's right for you, I hate to tell you, you're wrong. YouTube can change your business. Now, I made a free webinar to try to teach people you don't need all the fancy equipment. You don't need a lot of followers. You don't need a lot of views. You just need to start doing YouTube. And if you want to learn more about it, go to justmetroger.com. And this video is also sponsored by Residential Service Professionals. If you want a business operating system that will change the way you run your business and do your business each and every day, go check it out, residentialserviceprofessionals.com. I'm going to jump into the comments here real quick. Plumber in the Trade says, good morning, gentlemen. Trade school is going good. Have an instructor who's retiring right after my semester. Lots of knowledge in this guy. Taught us an easy way to go from inches to millimeters using quarters.
Love it.
Very interesting. Gen X Plumber, what's up? Good morning, fellas, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
We're going to start out with national news. So let's kick things off with the big transportation news out of Texas. The Fiesta 5 interchange just opened in San Antonio. It is now the tallest stack interchange in the United States. Now, at one point here in Dallas, the High 5 was. This is also a 5-level ramp system with a cable flyover that looks like something out of an engineering textbook. Now, this was years in the making, and the sheer scale of the job pushed limits in civil construction, traffic planning, and MEP coordination. Think about what it takes. Thousands of lighting fixtures wired and tied into adaptive control systems, drainage infrastructure to keep those elevated decks safe, and the crews working at night while traffic kept flowing around them. Now, the opening doesn't just mean smoother commutes. It means ongoing work zones for electricians handling all the maintenance, steel inspectors checking welds, and concrete crews monitoring expansion joints. Now, for local trades, it's also a signal. Texas is still pumping a lot of money into transportation infrastructure. And that means more opportunities down the road for anyone ready to scale up. Now, I love this because I know that when the High 5 opened in North Dallas, oh my gosh, it was amazing. What used to be a bottleneck, well, it's a bottleneck again because they didn't make enough lanes going every direction.
Yeah.
But what used to be a big bottleneck literally freed up a lot.
It's big time. It actually kind of flows pretty good. So our high five here in Dallas, it's 120 feet total, 20 feet down, 100 feet up. San Antonio, 128 feet. They got us beat by 8 feet. You got to be a little bit, we'd love to do things just a little bigger in Texas each time. We even outdo ourselves sometimes, and I love to see it. But love to see all the engineering and the thought process that goes into these, because these 5 layers, there's so many parts and pieces to it, and ours works really good. It does get backed up at times because there's not quite enough lanes on all the highways leaving that area. So that's what kind of changes it.
I love that, Randy. And you're right. We all want to do things bigger. Okay. And it doesn't matter how we do it. Doesn't matter what we do. We all do things bigger, and we try it each and every day. So I'm just telling you, look, if it's something that you think that you'd be interested in, civil, construction, it's a lot of concrete work, a lot of high. If you're like one of these people, if you like getting high at work, 100 feet off the ground up there on that's crazy.
I love those big boom lifts.
I know. They're a trip.
Yeah.
Okay. Today we're going to talk about website review. And today's site is thepath2pro.com. Now this is Home Depot, guys, and I love it. I love what they're doing about helping get people into the trades. I don't know if y'all know we talk about this a lot here. But the cool thing about it is it's created by them, and it's free, and it's built specifically for people either just starting in the trades or those looking to sharpen their soft skills that don't always get covered in the apprenticeship training programs or something. Now, you'll find modules on things like resume building, job interviews, customer communication, and professionalism on the job site. Now, these might sound like small things, but let's be very honest. A lot of service callbacks and unhappy customers come down to communication, not the craftsmanship. Most plumbers know how to plumb. Electricians know how to electrician. Communication's what's rough. Contractors can use this as a free baseline training tool. Got a new apprentice? Send them to Path to Pro before their first week. It gives them vocabulary, confidence to talk with clients, and the foremans. And instructors can even build this into their orientation. Squirt, what is it that you liked about this one?
One of my favorite buttons, free training. And that's why I brought this one up, guys, because a lot of people get the question all the time, man, where's some good training? Where's this? Where's this? Guys, this is Home Depot, one of the big box stores.
You bet.
Been around forever. I feel like I've been in there since I was a toddler, probably.
I would bet on that.
I can guarantee it pretty much. But I love that they've got this free learning. And you can come in here, what to expect in the trades, some of the super basics, some essentials that you need, extra training. Gives you a spot to start actually diving in, to start learning what's out there, some of the different options, how things are done. Because something that I figured out, I'm a pipe fitter, but guess what? There's so many supports and framings and different things and braces and stuff that you have to build. You need some of the super construction basics to be able to do those things. This is a great resource to come in and learn some of those super basics, like he was just saying, is some of the things that kind of get overlooked in the apprenticeship. And it was something, my first day on the job, being a first year apprentice, I had to teach other guys how to read a tape measure. I learned that when I was a young kid. But that's because of what my family is, the experience that we've had. Not everybody was brought up that way to actually be able to read a tape measure. Mm-hmm. Love that they try to teach it a little more nowadays, but it's still out there. So come in here and you can come in and kind of do some learnings and things and just check out some of the basics, like top in here just to the basics. Okay, you got to log in.
You bet.
You can sign up in here.
He's not on his computer.
I'm not on my computer, so I'm not yet in here. But guys, get in here, check it out. Also, find construction jobs. A lot of people are asking, where's the work? We talk about it a lot here, but hey, you can probably hop on here, find some stuff in your area. something to keep you busy. You just a little downtime, need some stuff to fill. This could be a good spot to go in, find some different things, create a profile, do some side jobs, things like that.
Whoa.
Extra
Plumbers
money,
don't
I
do
love.
side jobs.
Plumbers don't. But guess what? If you went to frame something up, I don't care what your background is, you can do that side job, even
Absolutely.
plumbers. So definitely a good spot, good resource to kind of
Click
come
on
check
plumbing
out.
over. Will it show you anything inside the jobs? And I know you're not logged
Joining
in
the
here.
trade, yeah.
There you go. Salary
tells you
range.
some
Look
of
at
the
that.
base.
Look at that.
Jobs available, 482,000 plus.
Yeah. That's a big plus. That plus sign should
big
be like way bigger than that.
Bigger than the 482. Maybe a
Okay,
couple
click
of
on the
them.
information right there where it says jobs available. Right up the little I. There you go. U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Yep.
Attention to detail. I like the responsibilities that are install and repair pipes and fixtures, perform inspections and tests to determine the source of the problem.
Yep.
And that's one of my favorite things about plumbing and really any trade. But you've got to get in and you've got to have an analytical mind. Look, analyze the problems. What's it telling me? And guys, when you can do stuff like that, it is so good.
That's it. Like service workers, that's the key, is they're in to solve the problem. You've got to be able to figure out what's causing that problem to be able to fix it too. Love to get to think things through that way.
Well, this is cool because you can think of this as the missing link between DIY skills and being job ready in a professional shop. If you've got young people or career changers interested in the trades, this site makes a very good starting point. All right, business growth. Now, this is another good one because one of the best growth hacks isn't a marketing strategy. It's a mindset shift. And I hate to tell y'all this, but I used to be that person. Oh, and Julie's in here, so she'll admit it. I used to say, look, I'm never changing. I'm a plumber. This is what I am. I plumb. I show up every day. I work. I'm a tool. They pull me out. I do what I do, and I go home. I ain't changing. This is what you get. I don't need to learn anything else. I've changed a little bit.
You don't have to learn anything
you don't have
else.
to. But it's a mindset shift. And I realized, look, the more I learn, the more money I make. So treating every journeyman or experienced hand on your crew is both a worker and a teacher. That's the apprenticeship mindset. Understand that. Here's how it plays out. Instead of just your top plumber just installing all day, give them 5 minutes at the end of the shift to show an apprentice how they did that. How did they lay out that bend? How did they get that weld set up and ready? Or why did they choose that particular fitting? Apprentices learn way faster from those real-time nuggets than from a classroom lecture 6 or 8 months from now. Guys, anything that you can do to teach them and help them is what it's all about. Where in the heck did I go? This is where we're at, right? Yeah. Okay. So anything that you can do to help them, it's going to make it better. And let your top plumbers show them how to do it, how they did whatever it is they did. And guys, they'll grasp it. And then let that person not just show them how, let them say, okay, now you show me how you would do it. It works. Some companies even do teach back drills. You show an apprentice something on Monday, and then by Friday you ask them, now you teach us how to do it and see how that works. Guys, there's great things to be learned there, because if they'll learn that well enough that they can teach you, it does two things. It shows you that they understand it. It shows you that they grasp it. Now you can let them go do it somewhere. Or it shows you, hey, they missed 2 or 3 steps, and these were really critical, so maybe I need to show them again. That builds confidence, it sharpens skills, and it reveals who's ready to possibly move up. Maybe to a lead man role, maybe to a journeyman role. Maybe it's just
it is so
show
easy
another
to see who
apprentice.
stands out there.
Yeah.
Like, because guess what? They grab the reins and they go and they teach it the same way that they learned it that Monday. Guess what? That's who you really want to prep to lead in the future at your company. They're setting up. They've got the right mindset. They're thinking about it the right way. and they teach the way they learned. And if you find somebody that does that, that's some of your best leaders that are out there.
You know, it's really funny. The other day, ran into Andrew Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Michelle used to be an apprentice for me, but he's one of those apprentices. It's like, you know what? He's going to do good. You know what he's doing now? He's the fab shop manager at Brant.
Yeah.
He runs the fab shop. Pretty cool. And here's the thing, guys. You're not just training workers. You're creating future foremen and superintendents who understand both the craft and how to develop people. And that culture keeps employees longer and makes your company the one that people want to join. You know, I remember me and you talking to Dennis the Apprentice. Dennis the Apprentice has got a training center set up at his shop. And he is like, look, I want to train my apprentices to be great. But he'd have journeymen that would come in and apply for a job. And when they're walking around looking at the place, they're like, well, what is this? He's like, that's my training center. Well, what do you do with it? Train apprentices. He's like, I want to come here because I want to train apprentices. People want to give back. People want to teach others. People want
We love to pass our knowledge
educate.
on.
We really do.
Whenever I came in, you had some of those stubborn old men, and it's like, oh, you're trying to take my job. I'm not teaching you anything. Wrong mentality for the trades, guys.
Yep.
There are millions of openings out there. We need as many people as we can get in, so teach it all to everybody you can. Pass that knowledge on. That's what the trades are about, in my mind.
Julie Jones says, good morning, guys. Soft skills are what make people stand out. And yeah, never say never. I'm never going to learn anything. I'm good.
Don't say never.
No, no, not the way James Bond says it. Plumber in the Trades says, my local is looking for 100 plumbers. Yeah. Helps when your company gets the bid for the new hospital in town. Only people on the books, are injured.
Oh, yep.
And Plumber in the Trades, where are you located at? Because there may be plumbers here saying, hey, where are they at? I'll go apply for a job.
Yep.
All right, we're going to roll into service work. Heat waves.
Dude, with record heat waves across our country, service companies are rethinking how they communicate with customers. Because have you ever got that job where you got guys out there that have been working, they've been out there digging on shovels or whatever it is, heat, and then you get this call, yeah, they're kicked back, relaxed in some shade. Well, yeah, they're cooling off, okay? But you don't want to wait till everything just hits crazy either, okay? You want to use some right wording to help people prepare for the heat that's actually coming. Because we know, HVAC guys, you're busy all summer long, okay? And the smart guys, they're not just waiting for calls to flood in when all these AC units fail. They're actually launching some preemptive messaging campaigns, okay? Now, think about this. June, May, depending on where you're at, you send a quick email or a text to all of your customers with the subject line. Heat waves are coming. Is your AC ready? Okay? Inside of that, you can give them 3 simple checks that they can do themselves. Okay? Like, have you changed your filters? Or clearing the outdoor unit. Did you do that getting ready for summer? Also, if you'd like a tune-up before the heat, click here to schedule us. That one message, guys, can actually turn panic breakdown calls into scheduled service visits so that customer's ready and they don't ever lose their AC when these heat waves actually hit. But this also positions your company as proactive and caring, not just cashing in on the emergencies as they come in because, we're here to save the day and that's it. No, let's try to prevent the day from ever happening. Okay, but we've seen some contractors that have cut down 20% of their emergency call spikes doing this and preparing for those seasons just by giving the customers the tools before that actual weather hits. I like to be ready before things happen. I'm a prepared kind of guy. Are your customers? A lot of them are. I guarantee it. This is also going to save stress on your dispatch team and show customers that you are actually in their corner, on their team, trying to help them take care of their home. And that's the part that really matters.
And that's what everybody wants. You know, one of my favorite things is when I'm in houses talking to customers, and I say that, I used to be, it was always, look, I'm here to help you take care of your house. What I'm going to recommend is what's best for your house, because that's what it's all about. I'm not just worried about the plumbing. If the electrical's not right, I'm going to recommend a great electrician. If the HVAC is not right, I got a guy I'm going to recommend. And I recommend these guys because they're great at what they do, not because I just want to help them make more money or anything. So it's great stuff to remember. All right, materials, equipment, and tools. Now, today's spotlight, the tool, the plumbing camera. And these have become the must-have because they save time. They reduce invasiveness, and they build trust with customers. Instead of saying, we think your drain is cracked under the slab, now you can show them a live video. You can literally show them a live video while a plumber's up on the roof and the other plumber or apprentice or whoever's down there with the homeowner saying, hey, look, here's what the problem is. Customers see it for themselves. And that changes the conversation from, do I trust this contractor, to what is the best way to fix it? Cameras also cut down on your callbacks. You can document the problem before, then show it after you've repaired it, proof that the issue is resolved. Now, one thing that we did, we had the guys run a sewer camera every single time that they did a drain clean. Because number one, we wanted to show them, look, it's clear, it's clogged. Hey, there's a belly here, so we can't guarantee this. This could happen again. Or, hey, there's a break right here and roots are getting in. We need to give you a price to repair that because we're not going to be able to stop this. Guys, that was huge because that leads to more work. Technology is also improving. Modern cameras have Bluetooth to tablets or phones or both at the same time. So you can send clips directly to the homeowner or attach them to your invoice. Now that's great to upsell if there's a break, if there's a belly, if there's anything like that. Now the bottom line is cameras reduce unnecessary demolition, they protect walls and floors, and they increase your close rates. And they've gone from a specialty tool to an everyday essential. Now we use the Milwaukees and I love them because man, you can just throw them on your back, run up there and pull it out. There's no lugging. Because
it's a big fat camera. I love it.
My first camera, I got to tell you, that's where there's a price for getting on the roof came from.
Yeah, it still fills that camera. Mm-hmm. That's it. But and the coolest thing, we saw it at some trade shows, guys. Okay, sewer cameras. Guess what? AI. It's helping you do that inspection. AI seeing some of the things that we don't notice, we don't pick up on, but it's detecting and it's understanding. So cameras are evolving even more than what you use today. That's what I thought was really cool here because it just keeps getting better. And that's not just with cameras, guys. That's with a lot of tools throughout the trades. There's so many tools that have come out to save a lot of the monotonous things that I used to do. Like my favorite tool I think that I ever saw, I used to do a lot of multi-tiered hanger systems. Well, running nuts up a rod to build that right tier system without using all the rod couplings and all the stuff it takes a lot of time physically. Now there's a tool that does it. It'll run that nut all the way up where you want it. I was like, oh my gosh, do you know how many hours of my life that would have saved me throughout all the hangers? Just running it up, trying to do it as far as you can. Use your arm to run the nut so it'll go just a couple inches at a time every time. Man, we're making some moves. There's a battery operated tool that'll just okay.
Pretty neat.
Next. So keep your eyes open. Check out some of the new tools that are coming out in your trade. Okay. Cameras, a lot around plumbers, service techs, being able to look in walls, things like that. You've got some smaller cameras. But any other tools and stuff that you use, I'm sure that there's some newer things that are coming out. So kind of check it out, see what's in your space. That's why I wanted to bring some awareness to this.
Guys, this video is sponsored by Residential Service Professionals. Residential Service Professionals is a business operating system like you hadn't seen. There's the deal. There's a lot of best practice groups out there that tell you, you have to do it this way, you have to do it this way, you have to do it this way. They take your company away from you and make it theirs. You started this company because you wanted to do things your way, but you wanted to make money at it. I understand that. There's systems and processes that can help you learn to make money and still keep your identity, still keep your company. And if you do it this way, your employees are going to be happy. Your CSRs are going to be happy. Your plumbers, your technicians, your electricians, HVAC techs, whatever you got, you can still have your company. Getting a business operating system in place that frees up your time and lets you work on your company, not in your company, is what it's all about. If you want to find out more about it, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com.
And everybody, we'd like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And I always suggest checking out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. But don't just get the kit. Come and get the training. Spend a couple days with me. I offer a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas. I've got a 130,000 square inch concrete pad out there with 11 leaks under it.
Thought it was 133,000 square inches.
Switch your math. Mine was 130. You keep adding 3. I don't know why. I'm down though.
We're going to count.
But you're going to be able to mark it within 12 inches by the end of the 2 days. You're going to come in. I'm going to teach you how to locate the lines themselves using another device. Then use that complete kit to pinpoint locate leaks under that slab. Also outside of the slab, I've got a leak just on normal underground. So you get yourself familiar with that. But then I'll also teach you how to do some testing on sewer systems, all from the double clean out to determine exactly where a sewer system's leaking. So give me a call and let's talk about the training or the equipment. Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO, or you can visit the website leak.pro and book me for a Zoom call there.
Pretty cool stuff. And guys, look, if you'd like to learn to do what we do, I started doing YouTube 7 years ago because I got tired of getting ripped off by marketing companies. Not just one, but many of them. And once I started studying marketing, I realized that most marketing companies don't do what they tell you they're doing. They will go in, they'll work on your website, they'll fix it in the beginning, they'll do some things, but then normally they don't do anything else. I was tired of my phone stopping ringing and me having to start looking for new marketing companies. Then one day I decided, look, I'm going to do social media because it's something that I can do by myself. So I went to a conference, learned about this new thing called YouTube, had no idea what it was, but I thought it was neat that it was owned by Google. See, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world and Google is the largest. So what I decided is, look, we're going to start doing YouTube. And I started 7.5 years ago. Guys, you don't need a lot of fancy equipment. You don't need a lot of followers. You don't need a lot of views to get started. You've just got to start. So if doing YouTube or learning to do YouTube is something you'd be interested in, go to justmattroger.com. I made a free webinar to teach people about YouTube. And it's something I think can literally change your life and change your business. I know it did for me. So if it's something you're interested in doing, go to justmattroger.com and check it out. Randy, let's talk about utility rerouting.
Dude, yeah, there's this I-80 construction zone that's been going on. And utility rerouting before you actually do big projects like this, okay? Now, this is a redevelopment over in California, but it's for some massive reroutes of water, sewer, gas, and electrical. And guys, this is one of those classic coordination nightmares. All these different utilities, DOT oversight, and private contractors all intersecting.
Sounds like a train wreck already.
Sounds like a train wreck. Sounds like chaos. Guess what? That means there's money to be made, okay? But MEP contractors are the key to making sure no community loses service while these lines are actually relocated and moved. Okay, there's a lot of planning that goes into these relocations. All right, but that's going to mean some temporary bypasses for water and sewer, generator setups for electrical continuity to keep things on while we're moving this power line, and clear communication with the public. They have to know what's going to happen when. Are they going to lose it for a couple hours during the day while they actually do that swap to the generator, or is it going to stay on the whole time? How's it going to look? You've got to keep them in the know of what's going on. And guys, for trades, these projects are gold mines of specialized work. Okay, you're going to have to set up all these bypass systems, manage switchover windows, and doing it all safely in traffic-heavy environments. Okay, it's tough work, but it builds up reputations. And then the companies who can handle the reroutes on these major corridors get called back over and over and over. And I know you've seen this on jobs before. I know I have, where they've got power lines temporary routed over the highways, things like this. I've done it a lot traveling.
There's a sign hanging on it. It says power line.
Sign, power line, arrows pointed up. That's for all the operators out there. Uh-huh. Because where all this is going on, guess what? There's operators, there's equipment running all the time. That's why you see these signs going, hey, there's power lines above. It's pointing out to everybody. But I noticed just traveling, just driving myself, because I've worked in a lot of these zones, and it's like, oh, yep. No, they had to go in and reroute that to get things ready so they could do all this work, because there's so many things that are underground that have to be rerouted so they can actually tear everything out to put in these new roadways, things like that.
It's pretty neat stuff. Okay. Here's a surprising hot spot. We're going to talk about where the work is. And this is not where you would think.
No, it's not.
Idaho. I've been there once.
Idaho. And it blew my mind. I was like, wait. Because I specifically did this research myself to try to figure out where the good work is.
Why is it here?
I was like, let's see where's the biggest work going around the country right now.
I like that.
Idaho.
Okay. Now, the state currently leads the nation in new home construction. Why? Well, population growth combined with relative affordability compared to a lot of surrounding states. Boise and smaller towns alike are booming. Now, for tradespeople, now this is one thing too. Boise has a trades hotel. It's owned by the union or unions. And if you're traveling and you're working in an area, like, hey, we got a spot for you. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Now, for tradespeople, this is the classic follow the demand. Guys, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, roofing, framing, whatever it is, you can get a lot of work there, because when an area of the country is leading in residential construction like this, guys, the work's going to be there for a while. Yeah. And crews are being booked out months in advance. Now, municipalities are racing to keep up with the permitting and the infrastructure, because they don't want people sitting around waiting. Yep. That's when people start leaving.
That's it. Then you're not the one booming anymore.
Yeah, you ain't booming no more, because nobody's there to build your stuff. Now, contractors willing to mobilize or expand into Idaho have a chance to grab a market share in that particular region. And remember, guys, it is scaling fast. Now, it's a reminder, the work isn't always in your backyard. Sometimes you need to go where the growth is. Now, Randy, look, you've traveled. Yep. Luckily, I never had to, or never really wanted to. And I say that, but I drove to Fort Worth every freaking day.
It's kind of like traveling.
That will work. I know. It just sounds like traveling to me. I'd rather rented a house over
when
there.
I did that Windstar Casino. So it's like 80 miles away or so. I was just like, you know what? No, I'm going to get a place and stay. I'm not even going to deal with that twice a day. Why? If I don't have to. And per diem's covered, so worked it out to where I didn't have to do that drive. Travel and work, sometimes the work isn't always in your backyard.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't too far. Don't get me wrong. I could drive 80 miles every morning. No problem. But why not? Might as well. It's all covered. It's all built into the job. It's actually covered, so it's not really costing me anything. It's saving me money by staying there, because then I'm not commuting and doing the wear and tear on the vehicles. So that's how my brain thought. But I actually kind of enjoy traveling and working out of town occasionally. You get to go see the world. You get to hang out at the local spots.
And you get to get paid while you're there.
You get to get paid while you're there. You get to check out new places and experience new people and learn new things. That's one of my favorite things. So don't be scared to go travel occasionally. It can be a really good time.
All right. Plumber in the trade says he is in Ottawa, Ontario, national capital. Gotta love it. Matt McDonough says, Mr. Miyagi, a plumber and Squirt. What's up, brothers? Be safe on your travel. I have to be a hero. Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Love you, bye. Brother, be good. He says, go LeakPro.
Yeah, baby.
Friday evening, dinner.
Yep.
You know where we'll be. I'll reach out.
I'll say, I'll have him shoot you a text.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. El Segundo Sol, baby. All right. Plumber in the trade says the quarter trick we got taught makes a lot of sense. I like this. Okay, so here it is. The amount of quarters is your pipe size. The cents is your millimeters. 4 quarters, 100 cents. 4-inch pipe or 100 millimeters. 6 quarters, 150 cents, 150 millimeters.
Yep.
Pretty cool. I like that.
I dig it.
I like that. Very nice. See, it's cool learning little tricks like that.
Yep.
Matt McDonough says, Idaho Falls is my next retirement plan. Good for you, brother. Mine is, if it's not Texas, it's Mexico or something like that.
Y'all are looking at mine. Yeah.
Randy says, shit, I'm in mine. Denver Shaw Boy says, hello, Roger and Squirt. Denver, good to see you, brother. I hope you are doing well. And Julie Jones says, last night I was on a call with someone from Boise, and we were talking all about the things going on there. And construction is booming there.
Yeah.
Denver says, I don't like traveling to work. Sucks getting up at 4 a.m. to go to work at 6. Yes, it does, brother. Yes, it does. And I say that, but, you know, I used to get up at 3 so I could work out, so I could leave at 4 to be at work by 5 because everybody else started at 6. So I've been there.
I loved 6, but when I travel, I want to be working overtime. I hated when it was, you're traveling, and it's like, oh, no, yeah, we're just working 8. Oh, we're just working 6 days a week. Well, why ain't we working Sunday? Like, you're making me be away from the family. I can't go home for that one day off. Y'all are doing me no good. Is it okay if we work Sundays? Can we get that swung or not?
And a lot of times they'll say yes because they don't want everybody to go home.
That's it.
Yeah, it's like guys, look, it ain't worth it for me being here 6 days a week. I have nothing to do on Sundays but sit around a hotel room.
And everybody says, oh, do laundry. It's like, yeah, okay, that takes me an hour and a half.
Yeah.
2 hours, I'm done. Next. So.
Mm-hmm. And Denver says, yeah, it sucks because only work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week.
Yep. I don't travel for that for sure. Yeah. So I agree with you.
We're right there with you, brother. All right, instructor training. Conferences aren't just about booze and free pins.
Are you sure, man? Free stuff, baby. Come on. Look at all the bags we see.
I've seen people walk around with bags and they'll just go like, y'all are giving away candy. And they're like, yeah, get some. They're like, okay. And they'll just grab handfuls. And I'm like, man.
Yeah. I love it. And it's tradespeople. Hey, we love stickers, okay? We love stickers. More stickers I can get on my hard hat, the better off I'm going to look on that job.
I know. For some people, they think that.
That's it. It's not just that, though, guys. Honestly, just like for us, it's a gold mine for instructor training. You get to learn from the actual manufacturers. They are the ones that have booths there with people that understand every single tool that they have and product, can talk every single part and piece with you. That's my favorite part. But when instructors attend trade expos, they actually get hands-on with those latest tools, because when you're at these, they will put the tool in your hand and let you use it. Mm-hmm. You will cut pipe. You will do things. I love that. You're going to learn the latest code updates and things that they've come out with to help you meet those updates. And a lot of new training methods. Like I'm talking about the AI on the sewer cameras earlier. How did I know about that? Going to a trade show. We got to see it actually doing the stuff. It's really freaking cool. But they also get to network with those manufacturers, get on their newsletters, things like that. Other educators you're going to run into that you can create a group. Also, there's contractors, okay, bringing fresh insights back to their classrooms. They're going to learn from a little bit of everybody while you're there, because you can't help it but to strike up a lot of conversations while you're there. You can actually take some of the VR simulation training. That's just a small one.
And that's so good. And that is one that every person walking by wants to get in.
Yes. Just to experience it for a minute, to see how it feels. And then it's like, holy cow, I could teach so many people easily, safely, without using any consumables. It's a great thing. But many conferences now have demonstration booths, okay, where instructors can actually test and even purchase some of these VR systems for welding, electrical, HVAC training. It's out there, guys.
Wait, why did you send that PO through for? Now I understand.
Yeah, that 47,000 one.
Yeah, for the welder VR.
Yeah,
You don't need to learn to weld.
No, I'm teaching. I'm not
We don't
learning.
teach
I'm not
welding here.
learning. I'm going to teach a plumber.
We don't teach welding. Plumbers don't weld.
No, it's for a video.
Okay, I'm good with that. Got me there.
Got it, guys.
He says, "I know how to flip the switches."
This video that's coming out, yeah. Whoo, snuck that one through. But guys, you cannot replicate hands-on in a catalog.
Yeah.
You look at the pictures of the new tools, it does not explain enough to what it does. You put your hands on that new tool, and it's like, oh my gosh, when we get it back to the shop, we need to order one of these for every truck that we have. Why? Because it makes it that much easier.
You know what's funny is, and I love that because one of our previous sponsors, I ran into one of their employees at a trade show and walks up, and this guy comes up and says, "Oh my God," she says, "I have to tell you, the video you made about that product," he said, "that's the best video I've seen for it." He said, "I don't know why they don't make 100 of those." Well, they don't want to pay me to make 100 of them. I get it. But I'm telling you, man, when you hear stuff like it's like, look, I'm a real plumber. Yeah. I'm telling you my thoughts. And when we work with sponsors, it's funny because, I mean, you know this. I tell sponsors, look, I'm not here to sell your product. You tell me what 3 things you want people to know about it, and I'm going to install it, and I'm going to mess with it and play with it and have fun with it. And then I'm going to tell people what I love about it. Or if it's something I've already used, man, I can tell them right now. Halo water. I've got it at home. I do it every day.
Yum.
I can tell you what I love about it. Yeah. We put it in your house. Randy's like, Dad, that makes a big difference. I get it.
That's what I'm drinking right now. It's my ice too, guys. Love it.
It works. But by attending just 1 or 2 major conferences a year, instructors or even tradespeople, it doesn't have to be instructors, keep their training current. I literally went to a conference in San Antonio 3 or 4 weeks ago. Got my CE done while I was there.
Yeah.
By listening to different people talk and teach. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. But this makes your teaching more engaging. All right. Students notice when an instructor has fresh, real world stories, and that translates into better retention and job readiness. It's not just, okay, let me tell you all the same thing I told y'all last year.
No, and a lot of these trade shows, guys, guess what? There's a lot of little classroom halls that you can go actually learn some things that are changing the spaces. And that's one of my favorites. I like going the extra day we go to the wet show. There's the first day, it's all
There's
training.
classrooms.
That's it. You can't even walk the floor.
And it's, go ahead.
But you get to learn. That's the major benefits. And you get to learn some things. You get to talk to some people before hitting the floor. Before you're distracted about all the new shiny things, go and learn some things. Get those pamphlets, log it down, take a lot of notes, read them after you get back home.
And the good thing about it, we show up, it's just like I did, this book here changed my life. Okay. I talked to y'all about social media marketing world, about learning YouTube. And this is the book that did it. And we still do. Oh, see, I had my title wrong. How to build a massive and engaged audience on YouTube and beyond. To me, how to get in front of your customers. It works. But guys, we look at the classes and it's like, what are you going to go to? Well, what are you going to? Sometimes we go the same ones. It's like, oh no, we both want to be here. But sometimes it's like, man, I want to go to this one. Well, I want to go to this one. Okay. Divide and conquer. It's what we did with this
Grab
book.
that next one. Okay, so look, we had to split. We had to conquer and divide and conquer this year. Okay, oh well, this is water brazing. Using water
they hadn't
as
given
fuel.
us one yet.
Instead of oxygen, acetylene, and all that stuff. He didn't know about this. I didn't know this is the first place I ever saw it. And I'm like, oh, give me the pamphlet because I need to show him so that he can learn too. And if you're an instructor out there, pick up the pamphlets. I only pick them up for the latest, greatest, most interesting things, but there's so many for all the manufacturers out there to show your students what their latest and greatest are.
And then we saw one day that they're welding copper. Remember the little booth?
Yes, light weld.
And I'm like,
Laser
okay, this is cool
welding. Laser welding.
There's new products out there each and every day.
That's it.
All right. Ready? Specialty.
Man, we got good focus today.
Hey, we already been talking about it.
I already know. Whole home water filtration. Okay.
Okay, PFAS are getting bad.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, with the PFAS contamination in the news and growing distrust for municipal water systems, more homeowners are often treating filtration as a health investment rather than just a luxury.
And it is.
Okay, it is. Like, don't get me wrong. When we first installed my system, what was my favorite thing to tell everybody? I shower in bottled water.
You're
that's
a dork.
luxury. I know. I am a big nerd. I love it, and I'm good with that. Okay, but
White Nerdy Jr.
my ice, it's bottled water. Okay, there's nothing contaminating my water now, and I love that. It's not just a luxury; it really is a health side. Because I tell you what, I've seen and smelled some tap waters before. Nope. I'm happy with my home water filtration, even though we don't even have horrible water where we're at. But it's not what comes out of my tap. Filtration is a good way to do it. But honestly, guys, systems, they range from carbon filters to UV sterilization, reverse osmosis systems. They're not just about the taste. They tackle serious concerns like chemicals, lead, and bacteria. Okay? And for plumbers, this is both a service and a reoccurring revenue opportunity. My system, install, leave it for 10 years. There's one sediment filter that gets replaced every year. You could be the plumber that takes care of that as a maintenance plan for your customers.
And what that does, that gets you back out the house where it's like, look, I'm here. Let me go ahead and let me check on your water here. Just let me do a 360-degree inspection real quick.
You want me to flush your water heater while I'm here?
You bet.
Because I'm here every year to do this filter, and I
might
can go
as
ahead
well
and flush
knock
out while I'm here.
2 birds with 1 stone.
Boom. Covered. Installation fees up front, of course. Ongoing filter replacement. You can do contracts every 6 to 12 months, depending on which filtration system that you installed, things like that. But we're also seeing high-end builders spec these systems as a standard in new construction. And I love this for bad water areas. This is a great way to go into building for the future and the health of our future. Okay, now, especially in luxury markets, your upper end homes, this is going to be a standard for sure. But for contractors who can position themselves as water quality experts, this is a specialty with long-term growth potential. Somebody who has one at my house, I love mine.
It's phenomenal.
It's so different because even people that come over, it's like, oh, hey, let me get a bottle of water. You can get it from the tap, or I fill bottles up. They're right there.
Yep. Same thing.
I don't do nothing different.
Denver Boy says that the house I recently bought, the wife wants a wider bathtub to be put in as the one is too small. Is there a chance you could post a video on how to replace a new bathtub? I did a video about removing a bathtub. We're not installing another bathtub. We're gonna do a shower, a special one.
Completely different, yeah.
I feel like it'd be very informative for me and also other apprentices. Yeah, Denver, that would be a good video. We may work on that in the other.
To widen a space or something. It changes things because then you got to kind of move the drains, stuff like that, offsets.
Absolutely. Okay, today's social media spotlight is AHCDMV. Now, this account dives into roofing content that is both raw and educational. What makes it stand out is the mix of showing mistakes on the roof, flashing failures, underlayment shortcuts, alongside the right way to do it. Now, that transparency builds massive credibility, and it resonates with roofers because it feels real. It feels authentic. You're watching someone who's been on the roof, not a polished sales rep in the office. Now, the engagement is strong, and younger roofers especially love this content because it validates their day-to-day grind. Squirt, why did you pick this?
Solar roof.
There we go.
All right, guys.
Makes my
Major
day.
thing on this channel. American Home Contractors is who the channel is actually through, highlighting the latest solar roof technology and information on exterior home improvements. Something we've talked about a lot. So I hunted this one down and wanted to know how to install the solar shingles. That's what led me to this roofing page. They've been around since 2016 with 1,500 subs and over 735,000 views. Kind of basic, but guys, the major thing, like I said, got me here is looking up the solar. And where am I? Hold on. Is it popular?
You're at the latest,
Yeah,
right?
let's do this normal. Let's start at the oldest real quick. Roof tune-up and maintenance awareness video.
9
Just kind of
years
talking
ago.
about some different things. 9 years ago, shows him going up, actually doing an inspection, talking about some different things, how to do that. Love that. Guys, if you're not on social media, just get started. It's most important. Most popular here, start to finish, James Hardy siding and trim installation. A lot of these are installs, okay? Second most popular, contractor's opinion on the GAF Timberline solar roof. This is what we got to see at the trade show this year, is the GAF and everything. And you can see the video going, guys. These are shingles that just nail into the roof. It's got wiring, all the strips, wiring's on one end of it and everything to feed down into the panels and stuff. Really freaking cool. He also talks about some Tesla stuff, Tesla solar roof here over in Fulton, Maryland. A lot of installs on the solar, and that's something that we've been talking about a lot here lately, and I wanted to find us a channel to actually kind of dive into. Let's see what they've got over here on shorts real quick. Okay, PC build, a couple little questionnaires, things. I know, yeah, way different. Questionnaires about different things, partnerships, disaster relief, stuff like that. How do you make good decisions? In roofing, a lot of this matters. A lot of the roofing channels that I'd seen were like storm chasing.
Now, hold on. Go back to
and
the
that happens a
popular
lot.
on the videos. Okay, so the James Hardy board, I like that because that's a really good one. And I do. The solar shingles just got the installing the Tesla. So many different things. And I love that there's so much stuff on solar here. I'm surprised there's not a lot more views on this channel.
I know, because it's pretty much all solar roofing. I thought that was really cool, and it's something I don't stumble across very often.
Timberline
That's
solar
for sure.
over there looks really, really cool.
Yeah, that's what we were seeing at the show.
Mhm.
And that,
Yeah, but-
those
but-
rails is
yeah,
where
the-
all the electrical is.
The
all
way they do
wiring.
those long rails like that, that's just freaking cool.
Yep. Helps the water run off, everything. Pretty freaking neat, man.
It is neat.
And just want to kind of spotlight something different out there for us, guys.
Hey, social media, guys, that's what it's all about. Okay, best practices. So today we're going to close out with best practices brought to you by residentialserviceprofessionals.com. Now, you know those big best practice groups, the ones with the shiny brochures, the big promises, and the even bigger monthly bill? They all claim to have the system to grow your business. They claim it, but really you're growing their business. Here's the problem. Their system isn't your system. You get locked into contracts, buried in fees, and stuck using cookie cutter scripts where you're doing things just like every single other company in your town. You're chasing numbers that don't matter to your market. And pretty soon you're working harder, paying more, and losing the identity that made your business yours to begin with. That's where Residential Service Professionals is different. We don't hand you a playbook to tell you to burn what is already working. We build it around you, your market, your people, your goals. You get proven practical strategies that you can actually use without all the bloat, without the handcuffs. Your plan is tailored, not templated. No long-term contracts or forced vendors. You can use whoever you want to use. You can use what products you want to use. We've got a business operating system that will make your life easier. People first. profits will follow. And more importantly, you keep your brand, you keep your culture, you keep your way of doing business. We just teach you how to do some things better to help you make money. Look, you can grow without giving up complete control. And with Residential Service Professionals, you get the systems and the profits, and you get to keep running your business your way. Because the best version of your company is still your company. To find out more about the best business operating system out there, check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. I think you're going to enjoy it. Now, this video is sponsored by Residential Service Professionals. Go check it out because it's a business operating system that will make your life easier. It will put you in a position where you're working on your company, not always working in your company. And I talk about this here on YouTube because I started doing YouTube 7.5 years ago. I wanted to grow a business and I got tired of getting ripped off by marketing companies. So I actually went to social media marketing world, and make sure I get it right again this time. I walked into a session. But that's not it. Oh, that one sucked. Yeah, Guy Kawasaki. I will never watch him again. Yeah. I went to a session called How to Build a Massive and Engaged Audience on YouTube and Beyond. And I thought, we're on Facebook and I'm learning more about Facebook. We could do it there. I never thought that I'd be on YouTube. I didn't know anything about it. The guy walks out on stage. He says, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. I was like, wow. Then he says, and it's owned by Google, the largest search engine in the world. I thought, why aren't we paying to be on YouTube? Little did I know YouTube would pay me to be there. Guys, if you want to grow a business, start doing YouTube. Tell people why you do things. Tell them what you do better than everybody else. Tell them what your specialty is and why you are so amazing at it. It doesn't take a lot of expensive equipment. You don't have to have that. You don't have to have a lot of followers. You don't have to have a lot of views, but you got to start making videos. And I made a free webinar to teach you how to do that. And if you want to learn more about it, go to justmattroger.com. Check it out and tell me what you think.
That's it. And everybody, we'd like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come hang out and talk trades for an hour each and every Monday through Friday, except for major holidays like Labor Day this week. Appreciate all you labor people. But at LeakPro, we do build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And when I say a system, guys, I always talk about the complete kit. It comes with both pieces of equipment that I build. It comes with the probe, which is a T-handle style, solid block of aluminum up top, a stainless steel rod. That stainless rod is super durable. It's not going to bend on you. We prefer that for the meter to the home service, irrigation lines, things like that. When it's just underground, that probe is amazing. But if it's something under a slab, let's say that water line runs under the driveway and that's where the leak is, you're really going to want the sidekick that comes in that complete kit. It's our pistol grip style with an aluminum rod on it. That aluminum rod, though, it's a less dense metal, so it enhances the sound more, which eliminates the layer of concrete when you're listening through it. So check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. But don't just settle on the equipment. Learn the process. If you don't know how to do leak detection yet, give me a call because I offer a 2-day in-person training where I'll teach you how to locate lines, pinpoint locate leaks under a slab, outside of a slab, even how to determine where a sewer system's leaking, all from the double clean out outside of the home. So give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd love to talk about the equipment or the training and how this can bring leak detection in-house for you.
And guys, look, there's nothing worse than having a great tool and not knowing how to use it the right way. I talk about a business operating system. Randy talks about LeakPro. That leak detection system that he saw, I discovered in San Diego 7.5 years ago. And when I saw it was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And it took a while for us to get the company, but Terry Brissell designed an amazing product. And we've changed it a little bit. We've modified it, mainly just the case because the product was so good. But not knowing how to use it the right way would be horrible. So if growing your business is something you're interested in, definitely check out leak.pro. And thank y'all for being here. We get to do what we do because of y'all. And thanks to y'all, we get to do it each and every day. whatever you do out there today, do it safe and have fun.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in this wonderful Wednesday. Hope to see you back in here tomorrow. Get out there and hit it effing hard. You know we will. Bye.
See y'all.